I am very curious what this person who says, "Don't touch me, I'm sterile," in the description right here, okay? 13 hours ago, what he had to say. So let's go. A crap guide to Final Fantasy XIV, range DPS.
Quick announcement, I'm partnering with GamerSupps. If you want to try out some tasty energy drink flavors, you can get some free samples, and they even ship worldwide. If you like it and want more, use the code JoCat for 10% off.
Okay.
Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit tired of being counted on to do complex tasks that involve more than it takes to eat a bowl of mushy cereal. In fact, I don't even feel motivated to hear what my allies need of me. I'm just gonna sit all the way over here, enjoying my Lucky Charms. Alone. And if things go wrong, I'll have to rely on the ever-reliable American method. I already see absolutely no negative consequences. Welcome to a crap guide to Final Fantasy.
Okay, good to be here. Good to be here. Machinist. Why would you play Machinist?
I'm sick of having to dodge so many up-close AoEs. The boss keeps doing them, and I have to keep moving away to avoid getting splatted. And then I have to resort to the equivalent of throwing marshmallows that will scratch the enemy about as hard as a massage therapist with germophobia. I'm trying to beat them into submission, not soften their tenders. What's that I hear you say? There's an option to give me the ability to do max deeps even when I'm disconnected from the boss like an internet provider out in the country? Of course there is. I was just getting to it, and I'll thank you not to interrupt me again. The physical range DPS, or just range for short. Physically throwing my spleen into the splattering...
Hold up. We need to read this. What if stab but far away? Mandatory fancy hat, mandatory legs, speed, supporting these guys, coolest limit break animations, don't at me. You're never gonna use a limit break animation as a range in this game. How do I know? Because I'm the best raiden in the game that ever exists. But here's the problem, here's what he's gonna tell you, okay? Because we have to be here, we have to be real about this type of situation. Bard is a guy with a bow and a harp. So it's good if you are not a real man, because a real man plays, you guessed it, a paladin. Many people believe that real men play warriors. Sword, shield, alright? Why do you play ranged? You play ranged because you're not manly enough to be inside the melee, bro. Okay, like when you're melee, it's very important for you to look at the boss's ass right here, okay? If the boss's ass is not right here, you're doing something wrong. Unless it's a dragon, in which case you want to have the boss's foot right here, okay? You don't see anything around you, there is zero downtime, you stand in shit, stand in the fire, DPS higher. Ranged need IQ, because in range you need to play smart, you need to be away. And it's very difficult, because you need to keep 100% uptime onto the boss, okay? You have to dodge the fires, and that's how raiding works. And if you die, you blame the healer.
Range of the near semi for long is the more mobile and forgiving cousin of the melee, and is the most important person in the party, since you are the least likely to get a commission in the end. And we thank you for providing such a valiant service, as there always needs to be someone in last place. Your role is all about keeping your uptime going, and although yes, every other role is also about trying to do that, you have absolutely no excuse for messing up. The gimmick of the range DPS is that you don't have to worry about any positionals or cast times and can run around the arena like an indecisive artist in a Hobby Lobby. You get to stay at a safe distance, and if there's ever a pissy puddle underneath your feet, moving out of the way won't risk you doing suboptimal damage. So what's the catch? Nobody gets off scot-free in this game, as all roles have their stonks and stinks. Tanks have the responsibility of dancing with the boss. Healers have to share gear models.
Hold up. Gotta read this.
All roles have their stonks.
Estinian, God, okay, white mage is God, of course, healer God complex. HP for days, okay, the tank, fashion, so you're fashion. And big hat, okay, got it.
And stinks. Tanks have the responsibility of dancing with the boss. Healers have to share gear models with the magic DPS that have been dyed white. And you will have to suffer the nail-pulling drawback known as the range tax. To balance for the fact that you have nearly no limitations on your mobility, your damage will be on average slightly less than both the melee and magic DPS jobs. And hell, sometimes even some tanks with their openers that'll put down bosses faster than PETA when it finds a stray. The range tax, although real, will make a tiny droplet of difference in the grand scheme of things, and if you pick a range job and feel as though you're being outdone by your peers, odds are you are probably doing badly anyway, and
press no buttons, 0 DPS, bloody rage tax. Okay, that's how it works. And if you die, you blame the
reason
healer.
You have trouble jumping over that hurdle is just because your toes were too big and floppy that you would have tripped over every single one so badly anyway. Discovery Channel would decide to make a show about whether or not you're real. Let me summarize. If you do bad, it's a skill issue. Okay. Nevertheless, the same rules as any role applies in the fact that you should stay out of the piss puddles wherever possible. Even more so, considering you're wearing Heelys and by all rights should be able to avoid any and every possible puddle and be the nicest smelling at the party. Which is important because the healers only have so much nasal tolerance. Lucky for you, each range also has a bottle of perfume to spray that will at least mask the piss smell a bit. The final shared utility in the belt of the Black Man is the limit break, which although does not do as much single target damage as the melee, has the benefit of being able to hit multiple targets in a line like a really violent high-five surfer. The range roster is a trio of performers, each one skilled in a different charismatic art, and each one a different flavor of slutty. First,
see, this right here is where it's at. And it depends. It really depends. You have song dance, and you have the guy that kills the singers and the dancers.
each one a different flavor of slutty. First is the bard, where your bow is your harp. Also, your harp is your harp, because with this job you get a bunch of instruments you can play, including these obnoxiously loud drums. You are one of the few jobs with the endangered species known as the damage over time skill, and your main attack involves firing a single arrow repeatedly until a bigger, cooler arrow gets jealous and sometimes asks to be fired too. But not all the time, because it's not like it likes to be shot or anything. You also have a bunch of songs to play that will make everyone in the party hear a remix of their opening theme. And everybody knows when the opening kicks on, you deal more damage. Because you're the one playing them, you also get your own special benefits, you filthy, dirty performer, you. A song that sometimes lets you shoot more arrows when it feels like giving you some, a song that makes you shoot faster, and a song that lets you shoot more arrows when it feels like giving you some, but a little bit different. All this arpeggios to a crescendo into a grand finale where you fire a big ol' arrow. And if you've played all your songs, you have the ability to face roll your piano and startle your party into doing even more damage. I said hit harder! Now hold on to those notes there, partner. Massacre. For the machinist's main attack, it uses
I will give you guys the perfect explanation of what a bard is. Bard is Western society, okay? It has its civilization. It has its style, as in like you play music, you have this philosophy, you have your cool sounding abilities and stuff. This guy, the guy with the gun, that's us, the Balkans, okay? Okay. Sure, we can play some music, but mostly it comes with the form of bouzouki or accordion. It depends on which country you're from, right? But damn, we got guns. Not registered, of course. Like, we're not there yet. We will probably never get there. But this right here, Balkan state. Let's go.
Uses a gun. The most selfish of the range classes, where the name of the game is... and the name is labeled on a box called Your Doom being shipped to the enemy at terminal velocity.
Yeah.
What you sacrifice in party buffs you make up for in big having 3 giant bullets and a bunch of smaller, higher frequency bullets. Doing your normal 1, 2, 3 will get your gun very hot and bothered until it's riled up enough to rapid fire its red hot goodness. And if you make sure to toss your special toy into the mix, it can end in an explosive finish. Keep up that momentum and eventually you can even invite your queen to join in the fun. Hey, I hear she's got multiple frequency settings. All this might make you feel like you're not contributing as much, but no need to be nervous. Lucky for you, this job comes with extra protection. But you are not some simpleton who can be won over by some flashy lights and pretty songs. You want passion, romance, a partner who can live up to your standards. The dancer foregoes
This is not the Balkans. We can dance only after we're drunk.
buffing the entire party or focusing on doing its own damage and instead picks one party member. One extra special, extra spicy, extra sexy partner in crime.
Hold up. Dancer, if you play dancer, and you, bro, like, you're like Jesus. You choose who is going to be saved. You're like, I like this dude or girl, depends. And you're like, you have been blessed by me, okay? Kinda like astrologian, but better.
To give a super buff in damage in the form of 2 extra flashy minigames of Simon Says. And then you do a little bit of blending and sending the bodies flying. They're dying to birdies that give them birdies. And afterwards, it's just a matter of praying to RNGesus to bless your twinkle toes, because from there, it's all coin flips all the time. Your rotation is a 1 and a 2 that can coin flip into a 3 and a 4. And both of those can coin flip into either a single target or AoE 5, which itself is a coin flip into a possible 6. Then once you're in rhythm, your spinnies will kill them, then dance in the wind like that million ribbons and kicking and flipping their carrions into your allies so they can annihilate all that's left. Yay, now they're dead. And now you know how to play ranged. You're welcome.
This is unreal. This is unreal. It's unreal how good this guy's videos are. Like, I'm gonna link this into the chat. I'm low-key terrified of letting this finish exactly because my YouTube recommended page is weird and I don't know why. I'm unaware why. Like, they have been recommending me videos that I've never watched. But besides the point, one thing I'm gonna say after liking this video, of course, is this right here. They got Dancer from World of Warcraft. This reminds me of acquiring items in BFA or Legion. Yeah, but like, You got the item though. Yeah, but did it Titan Forge? No. Did it Thunder Forge? That's from a longest time ago. Okay, so like, did it Warforge? Did it Titan Forge? No. Okay, does it have a socket? No. Leech? No. Speed? How about that? No. Avoidance? Maybe? I don't know. So you had to Gamba on top of the Gamba on top of the Gamba on top of the Gamba to get the item you wanted. So like, this is what is giving me World of Warcraft PTSD, you know, throwbacks. Anyway, I'm gonna thank JoCat. Like, you're probably not gonna watch this video, JoCat, but like, thank you. Your videos have been making my bloody day every single time I watch this. I'm subscribed. It's one of the very few channels that I have subscribed to with King Shiny, with this specific YouTube channel that I have, which is not my personal one. All right, I love this. He makes me laugh, bro. Like, he's a phenomenal creator. You should go check out his channel and so on and so forth. But yeah, let's go into the next part. All right, let's go into the next part.